Don't get a shock. In Spain, always ask for a presupuesto. If you're having any work done in Spain, from a car service to home repair, knowing how to ask for a presupuesto, quote, estimate or budget could save you hundreds of euros and protect your legal rights. Now, a word that I talk about a lot in the course and in the classroom is the word presupuesto, because presupuesto is so incredibly important and so many people don't realize that it has 4 meanings. Also, there's something else why you should always ask for a presupuesto, always. Now, a presupuesto, not to be confused with por supuesto, which is, of course, presupuesto has 4 meanings, which is a quote, an estimate, a budget, or a price range. Any one of those is the translation. And I know that in English there is a slight difference between a budget, a quote, an estimate, and a price range, but in Spanish there is not. And you see some businesses on flyers, it says presupuesto sin compromiso, which is like saying a no obligation quote. Compromiso is something you do because you have to rather than you want to. So we'll give you a quote not because we have to, because we want to. So no obligation quote, presupuesto sin compromiso. And it's very important that you get a presupuesto before having any work done. Because in Spain, if you don't ask for a price, so I'm assuming the people that don't know presupuesto because they're using the word precio instead, which is absolutely fine to ask for a precio. You know, presupuesto though is asking for an actual quote. And in Spain, it's very important that if you don't ask for a quote, you know, 2 sort of things happen. One is that it's like saying, I don't care what it costs when you don't ask for a quote. So don't expect to get the best price by far because you're saying, I don't care what it costs. And the other thing is that in Spain, you don't have any comeback if you haven't asked for a quote before. And I remember many years ago, 2 of my students in the classroom wanted to do an hoja de reclamaciones, a complaints form against a local business in Pilar, a local garage that had been working on their car because they'd taken their car in for a service. And then the garage guy had rung up and said, look, we've realized that it needs the belts changing. Okay, they thought it was just the belts, like the fan belts, the radiator belts, etc. They looked on eBay, they saw they're about £20. So they said, yeah, go for it. It wasn't those belts, it was the timing belts, or as some of you in English call the timing chain. And this is like £600, €800 to change the timing belt on their car, comes with a water pump, etc. So when they went to pick the car up, instead of the 250 they were expecting for a service, they were hit with a bill with over 1,000. And they said, you should have told us it was going to be this much. He said, I rang you up and told you it needed belt. Yeah, but you didn't. I thought it was only €20. Well, it's done now. Oh no, we've not got the money to pay it. Well, you have to pay it. You're in the wrong. You've given him the go ahead to do the belts. And you are now in the wrong. Whereas saying, can you give me a presupuesto? Whenever I take my car to BMW, I always get a presupuesto for everything. Last time I went, it was for brake pads all round. And I said, I need a presupuesto because I need to know how many of my kidneys I need to sell on eBay. So presupuesto, do not be afraid of saying, dame un presupuesto, quiero un presupuesto, puedes darme un presupuesto, necesito un presupuesto. I think that's clear enough.